Is the Donner Hush just hype? Hey everybody, Jace Allen here. Welcome back to the channel. So if you follow guitar YouTubers, you've probably seen video reviews of the Donner Hush. It's a headless guitar, kind of billed as a travel guitar. It's kind of a bodiless guitar too. It just has these metal frames almost to sort of outline the body of a guitar. And so I was supposed to do a review on it. They had approached me to do a review on it. I said, yeah, I'd do a review on it. I even posted a post on YouTube saying that the review was coming up, posted it to the Patreon, and then nothing. I didn't hear back from them, didn't get the guitar. And so then a lot of the video reviews came out, and then they got a hold of me again, a different representative from Donner got a hold of me and said, hey, would you like to review this guitar? I'm like, sure, why not? So they sent it over to me, so let's check it out. Okay, so this is the guitar here. I won't bother unboxing it. It came boxed really well. Came in another box, and then that box was in a box, and everything was padded and whatnot. So it comes in a sort of a straight case that kind of looks like might have pool cues in it or something. So in the top zipper, you've got your metal frame. They call it a stand in the documentation, but it's not a stand. It's just the framework of the guitar itself. One so you can set it on your lap, and then the other one's just more or less decorative. Came with an electronic tuner, cleaning cloth, cable, and then it even came with a pair of earbuds. I'm not going to mess with those because I can just plug my headphones into it. And then it comes with a strap and a shoulder strap for the gig bag itself. And it's a really well-made case, and the case has, you know, these things here so you can put, you know, hook the shoulder strap to it. And then the neat thing is it's got a reflective stripe on it, so that's kind of cool. So let's see. So then here's the guitar itself, and it's little. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, you could put a strap on this and just play it a la 1980s new wave band, just like that. It's light, it's really lightweight. 4 pounds. 4 pounds. Well, that's with the arms off. 4 pounds. And then these arms are just metal, and you pull this back, and then it slides over the post, and then you release that, and it's locked in. Oops, I put that one on the wrong spot. That one goes down here. So then you could theoretically leave the top one off and then just use this bottom bar to set it on your leg. But then this top bar is just more or less a decorative, you know, so then it looks like a guitar, you know. So let's see, what is the scale length on this? 25.5 inch, and then it's a 1 5/8 nut, and I think it's about 2 inches at the 12th fret wide. And then the neck is a compound radius. It's like, I don't know if you can see here. Let me see if I can focus on, see how it's a weird, it's like it goes almost like, how do I explain it? Not a C, but it's fatter up here than it is here, so it tapers like it's really comfortable neck, and it's kind of flat, but it's not super thin It's about an inch thick, which is pretty typical electric guitar. So one issue is that because it's headless, you don't really have anywhere to hook your tuner. I guess it kind of stays there, so we'll see if that actually works. Because we want to tune it up. Yes, it works. So, okay, one humbucker, one single coil. These are ceramic pickups. The tone and volume are a stacked knob. So the tone is the top. And if you don't kind of pull this knob up a little bit, it kind of tends to want to stick to that bottom one. So it turns the volume at the same time. So that's kind of an awkward thing there. And then your three-way switch is here. And then nice bridge. Cast saddles. Basically it functions like a regular, hardtail. And then there's a battery compartment in the back, and they included a battery. I put it in already. And then, so your strings go in through the back like a regular Strat or Telecaster. And so the ball ends of the string are down there. And then it comes up through some holes in this metal headstock. And then there's these two per string, two set screws, and little Allen screws. And so you run the string through here, tighten those screws down. And when you're changing strings, you run your saddles all the way forward, or your tuning, because you can adjust the saddles for intonation with a set screw in the back, and then these control those are your tuning keys. And so you undo the tuning so that there's a mechanism in the bottom that pulls the string back or forward from the ball end. And so you run those all the way forward, put your string up through here, tighten two of these, pull it tight, tighten two of the set screws down, make sure they're super tight, and then you can adjust the tuning. And the tuning is really fine tuning, because the threads on these tuners is like a real thin machine screw, so you get a real fine tuning on it. So that's kind of cool. Strap button in the back and on here, so that's why I said you could leave these frames off of it and still put it on the strap and use it. Truss rod adjustment is there. This looks like a maple neck. A maple fretboard. Looks like a acrylic, fret dots that are supposed to look like mother of pearl. Looks like the nut is probably bone, and then the rest of the body is just some kind of composite, all in one. The neck feels solid, so I don't know if it's solid acrylic or if how this is made, but I'm pretty sure this is actual wood, the fretboard. So, and then it comes in a bunch of different colors. So then it includes an onboard preamp. Now let me be clear about this. This isn't, there's a few different models of this Hush. There's some that they're calling acoustic, and then there's this one. This one retails for $279.99, I think it is. And this has a headphone preamp, and all it is it sort of boosts the pickups. So it's just a straight clean tone from the pickups. It just amplifies it enough so you can hear it through headphones. It's not super loud. I mean, for sitting down and practicing, as long as there's not a lot of room noise, it'd be adequate for that. But again, like I said, it's only the clean. There's no effects, there's no Bluetooth, there's none of that stuff. But they do have a model, the Hush X Pro, that is more like the smart guitars, that has effects and Bluetooth and I think an app and all that. But that's for what, 445, 449.99, I think it is. And then there's a 1/4 inch or a 1/8 inch input for you know, aux in for, you know, like if you wanted to stream music into it. So, and then this is a passive and active button. When it's on active, then the preamp is engaged, and when it's off, the preamp is disengaged. And it, of course, 1/4 inch jack, so you can just plug it into an amp. You can use a headphone amp. So if you wanted to use a headphone amp that had effects and Bluetooth and all that, you can plug it in, and then you've got all your effects. So it's really just sort of a basic, not really a smart guitar, but just has that headphone preamp in it enough to where you can hear it. And let's see what else. I think it sounds pretty good. I've already played it, so let's plug it in and check it out. Okay, we got it all tuned up. Sounds pretty good. Let me make sure the tone is at all the way up, 10, and then the volume is at 10. So I'm on the bridge humbucker. And then another thing, the pickups, this is more like a middle position pickup because it's not right near the neck. So I would almost classify that more as a middle position pickup. And then the bridge pickup actually is pretty far from the bridge. I don't know how that, it's a little farther away than, like, say, a Strat style guitar, but I would probably classify that more like a middle position pickup. So nice. And then this is the middle switch. And then I'm going to call it middle pickup. Very nice. That sounds good. I mean, it's... Cool, very cool. Let's see, what did I want to say? Oh, those frets, I believe, are stainless. They're the ball rounded end, or whatever you call it. So no sharp fret ends. Let's put it on a strap and see how that does. Get it here. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah. So balanced good. No complaints there. All right, let's throw a little dirt on it. Something like that. uh, and then we'll try the middle again. It's got a little bit of a quack to it. Little single coil quack. Still a little bit out of tune, but fresh strings on it. So anyway, that's pretty cool, man. It's definitely interesting. I know that at least for airlines, there's a lot of restrictions on the sizes of things you can bring in. I think you could definitely probably put this in the overhead of a plane. I don't think this would be considered like the carry-on, like that fits under the seat of the plane. So you'd probably have to put this in the overhead, but you could probably carry this on. But it might be considered your luggage. I don't know how they determine that, but I've seen people bring all kinds of stuff on. So traveling with it, airplane wise, might be pretty easy. I mean, traveling with it just in general is going to be a lot easier than a full-size guitar, because this is pretty compact. And then as far as like practicing, just sitting at your couch or whatever, you don't even have to have those arms on it. I found that it's a little trickier to play in your lap without, it almost needs a little rounded out thing here. So you could just stick it in your lap there. But you can kind of play it. You have to sort of support it with your hands. But if you're sitting on your couch or whatever, so yeah. So for practicing, definitely, I mean, you could probably, play out with it. I mean, it's definitely a conversation piece. You don't see too many people playing the headless guitars. I mean, when I'm speaking for amateur bands and stuff. So it's kind of a fun looking guitar. I kind of like it. I've never owned a headless guitar before. It's really neat. It's, definitely interesting. So yeah, you could just play it like that without the... So yeah, anyway, there it is. That's the Donner Hush X. So it's not the Hush X Pro. The Hush X Pro has the Bluetooth and all that. I'd be interested in trying that one out because I played the Enya Inspire or whatever, and those are fun guitars because all the electronics and whatnot are built into it. So, but you could use that Fender headphone amp or whatever. Donner might even make a headphone amp. Plug in there and plug your headphones in and get all your effects and everything that way. But it's really neat. It's really compact. I kind of like it. So anyway, there you go. Jace Allen Guitar. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.